Excellent.
Cool, man. So here we are again. Before we begin, I don't know if you noticed, but we were on the Carhartt site there a few moments ago, and they have new hoodies.
I did see the new hoodies.
Yes, the color choices are pretty awesome. So the first one that I liked was Greige.
Yeah, Greige is already in my cart.
Yes. Is it? You put Greige in your cart
I'm going to
already?
put Greige in the cart.
So what color is Greige? Because it sounds like beige and gray kind of rammed together, but it's a bit more than that.
It looks like you dragged white through a Forest Service road.
There we go. All right.
That's kind of what it looks like, guys.
I'll take a look at that. I was also partial to apple butter.
Really?
it's a weird color.
Over Thundercloud?
Thundercloud is pretty good too. I don't know. Carhartt's.
I don't know. I've never used apple butter before.
I haven't. I don't know if that's a thing.
But I know thunders and clouds go together.
Thundercloud looked pretty good.
Okay, so good. We're on that.
Okay, so as we kick off this podcast, the different thing that is weird to me is we're standing this time instead of sitting. This is really throwing me off, so I apologize if I'm moving around a lot. I'm not used to just standing for so long.
The listeners can't see you moving around a lot.
They might. I don't know. I might sway. I got a bad back.
You think they'll hear the swaying while they're driving to work?
They can probably hear my spine right now.
Well, yeah, it sounds like Rice Krispies with milk.
Yeah, my spine is not good. But yes, that's what we have.
Excellent. It's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute. So what's happened? It's been about 2-3 months since we've done this. So this is number 5. We've done this 4 times before.
For those in Quebec.
Yeah, nobody's listening in Quebec. Nobody listens to us in Quebec. I don't think so, anyways.
Well, we're about to hear comments about it.
Yeah, so what did we do in the meantime? We were at the Overland Expo Pacific Northwest.
Well, that was after you disappeared for 30 days.
Yes, I did disappear for a month and went to the UK and Scotland.
Yeah, but, and you found out there's no Jeeps there.
There's no Jeeps there at all.
So that was a worthwhile trip for Epic, wasn't it?
It was really worthwhile. Thanks to the company for paying for that. I appreciate it.
No problem. Yeah, just whatever we could do to help.
Yeah, all good, man.
But we were at the Pacific Northwest Overland Expo. I've been there 3 years in a row, but this is the first time Epic decided to make a presence and put up a tent.
Yep. Yeah, we had our own tent.
We ordered a special tent.
Yep.
It even said hi to your mother, because we're very polite like that, because we're Canadian.
Yeah, we had it just on the side. It says, say hi to your mother for us. And we actually had a dude just ride up on his electric bike there, stop, and just exasperated and say, how do you know my mother? I thought that was pretty funny. So people definitely get our humor.
Well, I made sure to let him know he didn't want to know.
He didn't want to know. But
don't ask questions you don't want answers to. What I've learned in life.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, it was good. So we basically had a booth, and we had Sean from the Storyful Now in the booth. With
part of the time.
With his Gladiator. And then we also had Lannon's 4xe in the booth as well. And
yes, we did sticker up his Jeep.
We stickered up his Jeep, put a giant Kraken decal on the side.
Enormous Kraken decal.
As big as I could possibly make it. It was on there just to attract attention. But and then we also launched a product at the show as well, which is?
It is the Epic Crow Molly system. And what is Crow, might you ask?
Cargo rack for organizing whatever.
What is whatever?
Just whatever you want to use, man.
We thought it was more polite than place to put your overland garbage.
Place to put your overland crap is what it says.
Of course, that probably would have been really catchy too, I guess.
It could have been.
But it'd be definitely a different animal, I guess.
So we did a launch, but just as an aside to the Crow, our second product we produced after the Kraken is we've been shipping them out like crazy, and people are now sending me pictures of all their crap attached to the Crow.
I am dying to see what weird stuff people are going to stick to it and how much they can get mounted to it.
I've already seen some very concerning things, but hopefully we designed this thing to take some weight.
We did make sure to let them know the sex swing was a no. It was tested, it failed testing, and we've put a disclaimer in the instruction manual.
We just couldn't build it strong enough.
Maybe
it's the lateral forces.
You never know how vigorous people are.
You just don't know.
Like, you really don't. So, obviously, we call it the Crow Molly rack. It's funny. Sounds like you're saying chromoly, even though it's made of aluminum.
It's made of aluminum.
Why do we make it out of aluminum, you ask?
Yes, why?
Because I've had some that were made of steel, and it was like being a plate of nachos stuck in the oven on broil setting on a horrible hot day in the summer.
Getting blasted with heat.
And that was with or without the roof on. So, like, I talk about being a ginger and I can get sunburn in the basement at night. Honest to God, it wasn't sunburn, it was outright burn.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So, that's why we used a special aerospace grade aluminum.
Yep.
At least that's what Landon has told us.
Yes, that's what he used.
And we hoping it retains less heat and puts out less heat.
Yeah.
And he did test it with a thermal gun.
Yeah, we did a whole bunch of testing with thermal heat guns and the whole 9 yards. So, it's going really well for us. So, it's kind of fun to put out a second product.
It is so tight.
Yeah, we're sold out at the moment, but there's pre-orders on our website. People can get it, and we'll be making many more of them.
We didn't think it was going to go this quickly.
No, I didn't know. You never know. You take a guess, and you kind of think, hey, in your wildest
we appreciate
dreams,
it.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
We're just learning here.
Yeah,
we're just slightly above average Canadians here.
Yeah, trying to make our dent in the Jeep world for sure. So behind us we have a couple of brand new Jeeps that we
always have brand new Jeeps here.
Yeah, but these ones are ours.
Oh,
they're ours. Yours and mine.
I get to take this home?
You get to take that one home.
Oh my God, I could stop calling Uber.
I'm going to take the white one. You can take the Bikini Pearl one.
Awesome. I love bikinis.
We can race home. It's all fun. But before we get to that, Two Dudes, One Wrench. This is podcast number 5. The title of this one is Twice the Thrill, Half the Doors, and we'll get to that in a moment.
Ooh, I dig that.
I dig it too. But before we get to that, you've put something on the desk here. This does not look like a wrench to me, so I think you're trying to pull one over, but I'll let you defend what you've done here and talk about the wrench that's on the table.
This is why we leave you to the computer stuff.
Probably.
This is called an impact wrench.
Ah. An impact gun?
No, we're in Canada. We're not allowed guns.
That's true. We're not.
This is an impact wrench. And at Epic, if you don't know, we bleed red here.
We do. Yeah.
Regardless of most people bleed red. But Milwaukee, best battery-powered tools on the market. This is Milwaukee's stubby, half-inch M12 with a nice 6 amp-hour battery and the rubber boot for protection.
Yep.
Impact wrench. This is the gun I bring with me every time we go off-road.
Yeah, you keep putting that in my truck every time I go. So it
because this will do it. This will take your wheel lugs off. This will fit into tight places. Even if the bolts are too tight, crack them free. Then use this gun. But it's so tight, and they just came out with a new version of this, so I'm excited to hopefully get that. But this is one of my favorite tools. I have this in 3/8, half, and I've almost bought the 1/4-inch one.
Wow. Yeah, we have a lot of Milwaukee tools here. It's kind of
they just work. We've bought into the ecosystem. We just recently got into the M18 side. The M12 has served everything, which is what it was more designed for, was for installers and mechanics and that kind of stuff. So it makes sense. Now, the M18 definitely hits with more punch, definitely drills holes faster, easier. But sometimes you don't want to hand those kind of power tools to somebody like Mike.
No, you don't.
So
Mike's dangerous.
Yeah, it's just preventative damage is just handing a less powerful tool.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so that's our wrench for this one. So back to what I just started a discussion on is behind us is 2 Jeeps, and so you and I have been without Jeeps for quite some time.
Me since October.
So I've been driving a 2022 Ram Rebel GT that we had done up.
Just over a year and a half. You've been
about a year and a half ago.
Jeepless.
Yeah, I've been Jeepless for a year and a half.
Sacrilege. You know you have a Jeep company, right?
I know. I just noticed. So we basically got rid of the Ram, and you haven't had anything for a while. You ended up selling.
I've been burning through footwear like you have no tomorrow. Yeah. I know it doesn't look like it in my figure, but I have been burning through footwear.
Kilometers.
It might have something to do with the weight on the footwear, not the distance traveled, but I don't do math.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's, we kind of just decided, hey, what are we going to do? And so, we had a few ideas, and really at the end of the day, we have 2 two-door Willys. And we kind of came along that with 2 of them. Two doors. Thus, twice the thrill, half the doors. Dos the thrill.
Dos, yes.
So maybe talk a bit about how we came to our decision of getting these 2-door Jeeps.
Okay.
We're real a bit of a thought process. We don't just do things in a vacuum.
We're susceptible to peer pressure.
Oh, totally.
I don't know if you've noticed.
Totally.
We are very meek and quiet individuals, and we kind of just go with the flow. So we were at the Overland Expo.
We were.
And we're just talking about, what I'd like to build, what you'd like to build, what we should do.
Yeah.
And we were getting berated by Metal Cloak Mike about 2 doors. Like crazy.
That guy just wouldn't shut up.
And then we sit down and chat with Nate from Dirt Lifestyle.
Oh, yes.
And he also brought up 2 doors.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if they're trying to pull a fast one on us, but $120,000 said it's too late now.
It's too late now. We own them. They're ours.
So we now have 2 doors, and we are going wheeling.
We are definitely.
We have both missed out on a lot of fun trips, and we are going to go everywhere.
Yeah. So the 2-door is new. Like, I haven't had a 2-door Jeep since like 1996.
Oh, I'm newer. I had a 2012 Gecko 2-door JK.
Right, you did the JK. I remember that one.
Took it to the Rubicon
with no air conditioning.
With no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No power windows, and that stupid window crank was right where my knee was.
I remember when I first met you two on the trail, and you guys were sweating inside that.
That dealership got me so hard.
Yeah, that was a sport with no air conditioning.
And all it had was a hardtop.
Yeah,
and nothing else.
Yeah,
but so it was Gecko. Yeah. So
yeah, Gecko's pretty cool. Yeah. So we both own 4-door Jeeps. We both own Gladiators, and here we are saying, hey, let's a few of each. So hey, let's do the 2-doors, see what you can do with it. And so we've got a bit of different ideas on it. We'll just get to in a moment.
I don't know about you.
Yep.
But mine's a rocket ship.
Yeah, mine's pretty quick too.
Like, I U-turned in front of a police officer leaving Tim Hortons today.
Yeah.
And he didn't pull me over. I didn't notice. I thought he had a roof rack. Turned out it was that whole list of lights on the top. I was wrong. But he clearly wasn't concerned with my illegal U-turning.
I don't know. You got to be careful. These things turn on a dime.
I can literally do U-turns in a parking spot.
Yeah. I'm surprised how fast I can get going just right away. So,
yeah.
But anyway, so let's talk a bit about the Willys. Why did we choose the Willys model? Because there's a reason for that.
Dick jokes.
We could do that. We're not going to. This is a family channel. But yeah, going with the Willys in 24. And so we have a video, or one of our top YouTube videos of all time, approaching 200,000 views, which for us is a lot.
Yes.
Not Sean Walford numbers, but for us it's big. But that is on the 2024 Willys, because there was so many changes in 24.
They actually did something.
They actually did something and made it a real model.
They were like, damn it, the Bronco is outselling us. What can we do?
What can we do? Hurry. And then the other one was the video we had on the 2-door we just did recently. We did a Rubicon 2-door manual transmission.
Everyone loved that video. I don't know whether it was that we finally shot it without an iPhone or that it was just a good video. I don't know.
Yeah. So let's talk a bit about what the Willys is in 24 and just do a bit of a recap for everybody.
All right.
So what's different about it?
The Willys in 2024 is finally not a glorified sticker package for your car salesman to pull one fast one over on you and basically get you into a base sport.
Yes.
We, in 2024, here's the laydown of what it's got.
What's the laydown?
All right.
Give it to me.
High clearance Rubicon fenders.
What?
Yes. 33-inch tire package, just like the Rubicon.
What?
Yes. Black wheels, also looks nice. Black grill.
Yep.
Also, these are cosmetic, not very important, but still, they're there.
Not important.
Rubicon suspension, which is kind of irrelevant because we throw it all out.
Yep.
Recycle it. It also has Rubicon wide track front and rear lockers.
Ah, okay. So you're getting the same
You get the same axles.
Same axles, yeah.
Not the new semi-float rear.
Right.
Yeah, so you get the previous generation.
Right.
So that means you get the brakes, the axles. They put a nice rear locker in there. So now we can finally keep up with our friends with Tacomas.
Oh, finally.
I know. So they also put 410s inside.
Oh, wow.
So with all that package, and I think, what else did it come with? I think that might have been it.
I think that's it.
I think they all come with 2-doors automatically get aux switches. Willys. It's not an option.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
4-door, it's an option.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
2-door, it's like, here, have awesome stuff. You only have one seat to use. LED headlights came with it.
Yeah, LED marker lights on the fenders as well.
We could have picked a little bit more less loaded Willys.
Yeah.
Now I say loaded. We have 4 options.
Yeah, there's not many options.
3 of which we wanted, 1 of which we couldn't get away from, which was the safety group. All of them come with the adaptive cruise control. Standard. It has nothing to do with the safety group. We just didn't want the backup sensors and expensive mirrors and taillights that we plan to hit with trees. They don't like it. So, but what we did get, we got the connectivity group, or no, the convenience group. I keep mixing that up. Convenience package,
group. Yeah, it's called convenience
which
package.
comes with a ton of stuff, like the nicer instrument cluster, and all that stuff. Then we've got the tech group, so we got the Alpine system, the proximity key, and the last thing, hardtop, because we live in a very dangerous, violent area called Surrey, BC.
Yeah, we need to have hardtops.
Yeah, so we pretty much have...
You'll get carjacked as the soft top.
I make sure to carry... no money with me at all times, and that
it's not that bad.
Way it is. But man. All in all, I really like that I don't have to take my key or my phone out of my pocket anymore.
Yeah, I really love the wireless car. Again, I had the wireless CarPlay in my Ram.
Yeah,
but it's really nice to have it in the Jeep. I've never had that.
So you just hop in, and as long as the downside, your phone ain't getting charged.
Yeah,
but there's still what I did nice. When it is on, it tells you how much battery's in your phone on the screen.
Right.
That was kind of nice. So it's like, ooh, I probably should plug it in. Yeah. I like how they did the screen sideways so I don't have to take my eyes off the road.
Yeah, it is nice.
Like, the Ram never really understood to me that I've got to look down to try and hunt down my heated seats and stuff like that. So they kept all the buttons, so you don't have to use the screen.
What about the dash? Because the dash is really kind of a funky dash. As we
It's a
covered in
funky dash. It's literally like bleached out jean material.
Looks like 1980s Jordache jeans,
That
if
said,
anybody remembers that.
Once this color showed up, it works with that color.
Yep.
Like, it would work with like blue and a few other like it jumps out, and little tiny bronze accents, some threading, some stitching. So that might direct me down a path with wheel color or accent. We'll see.
Right, just to accent it. Yeah.
But all in all, this, like, the seats are just as comfortable as the Rubicon non-leather seats.
Yeah. Seats are definitely comfortable.
I've had no complaints driving around. I put a ton of miles on it just driving for no reason.
Yep. So you're selected. You got the turbo, the 2-liter turbo.
Yes, I have an affinity for Turbonium.
Turbonium
is very much helpful.
I have an affinity
It's been driving great, and I have no doubt it's only got regular gas in it right now, because we all know the delivery guy was probably not going to fill it with mid-grade. So I'm going to keep going with regular gas to see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? It's under warranty.
Yeah.
So
I went with a 3.6 liter Pentastar, mainly because when the camshafts eat themselves at about 50,000 kilometers, I can throw an AMW 392 in there.
Let's be honest. I made you get the 3.6 because I knew who you were. And I was like, if there's a chance, we can fit a 392 in there.
Yeah.
Or, in case Jared accidentally sends us one.
Yeah, if AMW wants to just drop an engine on us, we'd be cool with that.
Like, we'll definitely use it more than a lot of the people.
I'll use it every day. I'll use it every day.
Yeah, we'll take it off-road.
I couldn't imagine, this thing is quick as it is.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't imagine a V8 in here with 505 horsepower. That would be...
Well, it'd sound really good with that tiny exhaust it
exhaust would be 3 feet long.
Like, the cat would be at the back.
Yeah, it's... Because it's quick now.
It is so fun to drive.
I find on the highway, so I've driven it on highway speeds and stuff, I find it definitely wanders a bit more than a 4-door.
That is the wheelbase.
That's just the wheelbase being so short, but...
I think once we dial the suspension in, not so squishy,
yeah,
and get a wider, more offset tire, it should be a little more stable.
Yeah.
So, or we're wandering forever.
And have you noticed that when you're taking corners aggressively that the ABS traction control comes on? Because that's a pain in the ass.
That's a new fun feature.
Yeah, I didn't have that in 4-doors.
Any of my other Jeeps.
Yeah, it's weird.
So, like, if you're going up a hill and you're like, I'm going to dart off on this side street instead, and you go, it will stop you from having power and throw traction control on for fun.
Yeah.
And even if you turn traction control off, it still kind of does it.
Still kind of does it. But at least you can take a corner a bit faster.
So it's like anti-fun driving.
So I'm finding myself kind of ahead of time thinking, okay, I'm going to make a right turn here. I know the street's coming up, so I'm turning off traction control just to take the corner fun, because otherwise it's like, it slows right down. You're like, come on! And it takes that 1 or 2 seconds to go.
Nobody's got time for that.
Yeah, it's just boring. So who wants to do that? But... yeah, so that's kind of what we've done. This is very different for us. This is a new direction we're going. We did shoot a intro video on them, so we shot that the other day, and so that video will be out before this podcast. So a lot of people are already going to know
Especially considering we referenced the podcast in the video. We kind of got to put it in an order.
Got to kind of put them in certain order. We don't want to confuse anybody.
Yeah.
I don't like to confuse people. I like the things to be very...
In case any of you watching at home are concerned...
Yeah.
We're glistening,
yes,
not because we're tired. We've shut all the doors in the shop, and it's summer because there's people trying to fix a heavy-duty Brinks truck outside, and they're being noisy and inconsiderate to our podcasting.
Yeah, so we got to shut the doors.
But we are shut the doors. We have no real airflow, and we might make it to the end of this.
Yeah, I don't know. Is global warming a thing? No, we won't go there.
Yes.
So what are the top 5 things off the bat that we're going to do before we even really get started here? What are the top 5 things that we're going to do to these vehicles? Because you and I were kind of discussing that this morning.
If you watch the previous video, you'll know the first thing as a 2-door owner you have to do.
That's true. We did it.
Is get rid of the rear seat,
back seat,
and chuck it in the garbage.
It came right out of there and went flying.
Yeah, it's gone.
I don't even know where it is anymore. I don't care.
And I'm never going to look at it again.
No. It's basically a 2-seater. So remove the back seat, and surprising how much space there is back there.
There's 40 inches of space before it dips down for where the passenger feet would go.
That's quite a bit of space. Yeah, a bit more space than you think there'd be back there.
I'm going to fill it with stuff.
Oh, we're going to definitely fill it with stuff. Because I'm coming from a truck.
You know how big the Howell campfire is going to fit in there?
There's a pallet of my crap over here.
Well, we threw half of that out.
So there's still a lot of stuff left that I used to carry.
I'm going to live out of a jet boil.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Jet boil, 2 bottles of water, and maybe a hoodie that I have in my car at Carhartt.
Every Jeep I've had, and one of my favorite add-ons right away is the Best Top Sunrider.
Yes, you have definitely already asked me to order it 3 times.
Many times. I gotta have it.
So,
because I'm tired of taking off the panels. It's a pain in the butt.
So I'm ordering a Best-Top Sunrider, but not for the reason you want a Best-Top Sunrider.
Okay. What's your difference?
I am doing it so I can maximize my Crow surface area.
Ah, I see.
So without having your hardtop panels, you can run the full Crow with the closeout panels, thus giving me the ability to mount my radio more towards the windshield.
Right. Yeah.
So that's half my reason for doing it. That, and it's black, so I don't like looking at the white. I'll probably paint the hardtop on the inside.
Yeah, I think I might do that too. But yeah, for me, the Sunrider, I just love opening it. Part of the Jeep experience for me is having a top that opens.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of the panels. I've been doing it already. I've already banged them up because I just don't care. But
my only issue so far with the Jeep is when I'm cruising down the road with the windows down and the wind is abusing me to death.
Yeah, it's the buffeting. Yeah.
Because I can't put the back window down 6 inches.
Yeah, you can't let the air out.
So I've been researching rear glass replacements that have sliding windows built into them. So that's my new thing.
Yep.
So you let us know in the comments if that's something you would like if you have a 2-door, because it might have to be a group buy to get it to happen.
Sliding rear glass would be kind of...
Because I don't want it to look like I took an RV window and I stuck it into a piece of aluminum. I want it to look like it was meant to be there the whole time.
Yeah.
So
there you go. So we have basically backseat removed, going to do a Sunrider. Number 3 and number 4 is you need to have a Kraken and you need to have a Crow in your system. That's what
actually, I always look to where I mount my phone.
Okay.
And once again, that draws me right back. I'm not doing this on purpose. Guys are trying to sell Crows.
Yep.
But because I don't have to hold on to the phone, I'm just going to magnet the phone to the ceiling. It's just going to go click, and I'm just not even going to worry about it anymore.
Now we're going to use the Apple MagSafe kind of connector, so it slaps
it's going to be MagSafed up there with a camera connection.
Yep.
And I might find something that also does like wireless charging there at the same time, but we'll see if I really care.
Yeah.
And then, so usually, step 1, that. And because I am a sensitive one, and I suffer from a disease called gingeritis, I have to go get my windows tinted under the cloak of night so the authorities don't see.
That's true. We're not allowed to have windows tinted.
And I am going to tint my windshield.
Oh, you're not.
Yes.
You dirty person. You can't do that.
Clear tint.
Oh, clear. Okay. Well,
you can now ceramic tint your front windshield. Clear, and it'll cut 30% of the heat.
Oh, interesting.
So, this is the first windshield I've had that doesn't have a chip in it right now.
That's true.
That's a good starting point. Because they all came with... so all the glass on our vehicles is from...
Gorilla Glass. Corning.
It's by Corningware. So you know the dishes you can throw at the floor?
Yeah.
Well, that's what's keeping us alive.
Pretty much.
If a bird flies at the window, it's basically flying at a plate.
A glass plate.
Now, those last 2 that you mentioned, Kraken.
Yes, got to do the Kraken.
So we obviously need air up. So obviously we already own deflators, so they're in the glove box already.
Right, already there.
So we got the deflators, we got the Kraken. We can now air up. We can open up we get fresh air.
Yep.
And the last thing
was your phone. You already talked about that.
The phone, yes.
So those are your 5 things.
Those are my 5 things.
Yeah, remove the rear seats, basically do a Sunrider, install a Kraken for air up, do the Crow for the mounting, and find a way to attach the phone to it. Those are kind of our top 5 things that we're going to do with these Jeeps right off the bat.
Yeah, and then we're done. That's it.
That's all
the
real.
build series is going to be extremely short this time around.
It'll be like a 5-minute video.
Because we're only going to go wheeling with Toyotas.
That's true. Yeah, we'd be set.
We've already got
KO2s.
We've got 33-inch KO2s. We didn't even cut a body mount off.
Yeah, they all work.
It's amazing.
It's crazy.
Okay,
so what is, all joking of Toyotas aside, what is the actual build plan for these? Because you and I have a bit of different ideas on how to build these. I don't know if you've thought of yours. I have.
But I have lists.
I don't have a list.
I'm building a list. And I've got point form. I've got reasoning in my list.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. We've got stuff. I'm thinking.
I don't go this deep, man.
It's minimalist rock landing.
Rock landing.
There's 4 things I'm dealing with.
Okay.
3
Man,
things. Don't go to school in Canada.
Okay.
3 things.
3 things.
But the main thing is, we got to still go camping with our wives.
That's true.
And if they're not comfortable, they're not coming.
No.
So there's the first one, is how am I camping comfortable? And it has to set up and take down quick and easy.
Right.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah, because we don't, as people know, we don't stay at a campsite. We're in, we're out.
Yeah, we're in,
next
we're
adventure,
out.
Next destination.
I don't sit there for days. No. It's not as fun for me.
Yeah, so camping is a big one.
I'm going to play around with some electrical systems.
Yeah.
I've got minimalistically, I'm not going to mount a red arc system or anything like that because I'm not that kind of person. I don't need that much power. Power for me is more of a gimmick than anything else.
Yeah.
But I will have to heat a electric blanket of some kind for the missus.
Yep.
Charge a phone.
Yep. Charge a drone
Simple
for
things,
me, that kind of stuff like that.
Simple things.
Yeah.
So I've got some really cool ideas for that'll be coming.
Cool.
Definitely going to do a different suspension no one's ever seen me do before, or anyone has seen Epic do
Yeah,
before.
we got some crazy ideas here. Yeah.
So we've got some really cool stuff coming for both of these, and neither of them are 100% the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going more for the rock landing. The types of areas I go typically with Sean is we're going everywhere from driving on glaciers to tight rainforest trails to crossing creeks, like all that kind of stuff. For me, I really want to try 38s on a two-door. It's probably a really stupid idea, but I want to try 38s
That's
on
like
a two-door.
42s on a four-door.
I don't know. So I'm going to try it. We're going to try 38s and probably on a 3.5-inch lift. And again, the suspension system we're working with, we won't say who yet, but we're working with a company that will hopefully something different that you haven't seen us do before.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I am going to go for more. I really prefer off-roading.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of things planned to do with Nate, who's going to show me parts of Washington that should scare me from off-roading, or I may not come back from.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they don't have bears down there, do they?
I think they do.
Oh, okay. Are they the friendly ones, like Smokey?
I think so. They also have moose.
Well, moose tastes great. But yeah, so I want to do the more, like, I'll still do that stuff, but I really want to get back to, there's some trails in California, Doozy Urza.
We want to do.
What's the other one that isn't the Rubicon, the other one?
That's Doozy Urza.
There's another one.
Is there another one?
In the area, I don't remember. There's a lot of stuff in Northern California we haven't done yet.
Yeah. We got lots of friends who are inviting us to come down and stay with them.
We haven't done a good Moab trip in a few years.
Yeah, it's been almost over 2 years now since we've been to Moab.
That potato farmer Will, he has some cool places in Idaho.
Oh yeah.
So
Crazy.
I think we've only ever driven past Idaho.
I've only driven through Idaho on my way to Moab.
Drove Bob, get some, like, I stopped at like a fry shack, got some potatoes, kept going. But that's about it. But apparently
Will's got some good ideas.
There's more stuff.
There's more stuff.
So, and then now there's Rocklander routes showing up on Onyx.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
So they're already starting to cater to the bored overlanding crowd.
Yeah. How do we ratchet it up a notch?
Yeah, how can we crank it up a notch so you have to repair more often?
Yeah, repair stuff more often.
Because repairs are fun. Everyone loves to spend a week fixing the vehicle.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what I have you for. But
that's what I have Mike for.
Let's talk about interiors, because with us, as we are longtime Goose Gear aficionados, we've been selling Goose Gear a lot. We've installed it in so many different kinds of vehicles. Some of my favorite setups have been my Goose Gear setups.
I've known Brian since Desert Storm.
Wow.
Yeah, we go way back.
That long ago. Wow.
Way back.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, we were putting it in Humvees back in the day. It was wild.
Goose Gears and Humvees. I didn't know this.
It's crazy. Don't ask questions.
Okay. Sounds good.
But yeah, I have an idea on some Goose Gear stuff I haven't used before. You probably have an idea what you want to do. I want to use Jetboil stuff is what I'm going to try and use.
Okay, so you're going to stay that minimalist with the little Jetboil setups and stuff. Okay.
Somewhere in the middle. Like there is a Jetboil. It's a little bigger than just doing coffee.
Yeah.
So it's really neat, and it's a certain size, and I'm like, okay, how can we stay minimal?
Yeah.
I'm even thinking of doing a 37-liter fridge.
Okay.
Or quart, whatever you want to call it.
Something really small. Okay.
But obviously,
I know with me again, it tends to be because we're traveling with chefs that cook for us, that kind of thing. And so generally, I still love my stove. So I have, what size is my cook
18.
partner again? Yeah, so I have the 18 dual burner cook partner, which is great. And then we have the griddle as well that goes on it. And that
I think it needs a retirement.
It's been 10 years, that stove? It's been quite a while.
Yeah, pretty close.
But it still works. It just looks a little rough, but finish is gone on it, but it looks a little rough. But otherwise,
I think sandblasted.
Yeah, I might want to keep that stove and keep the griddle because I'm addicted to it. We've cooked 10 plus years on that setup. Not to say I'm not game to try something else, but that's what I was thinking. And then for me, the fridge, I don't know if I can do anything smaller than the 45 that I've had forever, right? Because the amount of food in there typically
You're going to have to start using measuring tapes.
I don't know.
Because
the
kitchen is going to make it so you can't have a shelf.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here.
And you're going to have to get layered.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the thing. It's like tents. I have an idea for tents for us, and we're going to work on that.
Okay.
That you haven't seen us do before.
Because we're not doing roof racks. We're not doing rooftop tents.
We're not doing roof racks.
Not doing that.
Not doing roof racks. No. Not doing rooftop tents.
Lower center of gravity.
It's 2 doors, though you can put a rack on it and a rooftop tent.
Yeah.
My personal opinion, little goofy.
Yeah, looks a little goofy.
Little goofy, and it's I like a Jeep that looks like a Jeep.
Yeah.
Like...
And for me, the types of trails and things we'll be doing, as you were just discussing, like if we're going to go do some of these harder trails, is the lower center of gravity is important, right? So, so we'll keep that. So far, other things that you've already kind of arranged that I didn't realize, but you've already got Rubicon transfer cases coming for us?
Oh, yes, the fun part. Yeah. So here's how you deal with a Willys. If you're really savvy, you get a guy like me dealing with your Jeep. Easy money any day. You can get $1,500 for the set of wheels, takeoff tires, and wheels front. So just stop thinking about that going towards your wheels, and let's put that money towards something more important. Yeah. So I spent last week, and I secured 2 Rubicon transfer cases out of a 21 and a 23.
Right.
And I secured 2 electric sway bar disconnect systems from 2023s.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So all of that's incoming. So we paid $2,500 each transfer case, Canadian.
Canadian. Yeah.
So if you take the price of the wheel off, we paid $1,000 Canadian.
Right.
Which is like $600 US.
Yeah. About that. Yeah.
For the most important part of a Rubicon, because those things can handle a Demon engine and rock crawling combined. Yeah. So that is what, because you want to go slower and more controlled, especially in a 2-door.
So stock, the Willys have the 272-to-1
regular
transfer case.
272-to-1
So we're going to a 4-to-1 Rubicon transfer case.
Yes.
So that's the first thing you secure for us.
We are going to have a little bit more sketchy time going up and down steep hills.
Right.
So we'd want to do it as controlled and slow as possible.
Right.
Now, sway bar links. Sway bar disconnects. I hate getting on my hands and knees to disconnect a greasy sway bar link. I'm not doing it. I'm old.
I don't do manual
links. I don't want to get on the ground. I don't want to dirty my pants. Yeah. So our options, we had a couple options. And we're like, we could have done the auto links, which I've tried before. They're cool products.
They're super cool. Yeah.
We have some reasons why we can't use those, which we'll get to.
So people haven't heard of the auto links before. It's like a sway bar link with a knob on the top.
The guy that helped design the Falcon shocks, which you look at the auto link, you can see it there. It's basically like a shock without fluid in it that you can unlock it, and then the shaft just goes for, I think it's 10.5 inches of travel on the large one, and then you can just lock it and then just push it down and it clicks and it's locked together. We have a couple customers with them that's had no issues in years.
So why can't we use those?
They're not enough travel for what we're planning.
Yeah, what we're planning doesn't quite have enough travel.
We need more than 10.5 inches of travel.
Yeah.
So that's a tidbit.
So what are we doing instead?
So I also ran the idea of running anti-rocks front and rear. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't get a good definitive answer on the interwebs of knowledge on good, bad, or indifferent. The synopsis I got is the way they should be ran is front and rear together. So they work in unison. Right. But those people will still say you will not get the articulation unless it's disconnected, and you won't get the road handling with it.
Right.
So I'm like...
And we drive a long distance on road.
We can always try it. For what we paid for the sway bar disconnects, we got the pair for $1,500 Canadian, so that's like under $800 US for 2 of them.
Right.
And we're going to operate them. I'm going to operate them with an air actuator.
Okay, you want to do
You can operate them with the manual however you want.
Yeah, I used to use the Evo knob.
The Evo knob. I'm going to use the Evo air actuator because I have a plan for that.
Right.
Because eventually we'll get lockers in the front, so it's not a big deal.
Yep.
But those are the 2 main things. And then the last thing we're hunting down for the Rubicons is... What was I missing?
You've forgotten.
I've forgotten. There's so many things. The list is so long.
He doesn't have his list.
I didn't bring the list with me.
Okay. But, so again, they don't have front lockers. They do have rear lockers. They already have 410 gears. But again, if we're doing 37, 38-inch tires, we're regearing to 513 anyways, most likely. And when we do that, we'll do an electronic locker up front is what we'll do, right?
Electronic, air,
or maybe
spool.
No spill. So we'll be doing that, and we'll just have hook up to an aux switch or something like that.
Oh, it's an aux switch, S-Pod, Switch Pro, something or other.
Something like that.
We'll figure it out. Obviously, we're going to have to put some lighting on this. Paul can't live without rock lights, or as he calls it, campsite ambiance lighting.
I need my ambiance lighting.
It's basically like Philips Hue for him.
Yes, it is.
So he just gets there, he turns a color on, he just sits down.
I have a lot of Philips Hue at home. I like my Philips
Hue. Me too. You got me onto it, and it's a bad thing. Now I got light strips everywhere.
Oh, man. My last truck had amber. I don't know what color it'll do. Kind of depends what accent colors we'll do. But having nice ambient rock lighting, especially around camp, so you don't have to have a headlamp or have some big...
I barely pack a flashlight, ever.
I haven't
either. I have a tiny, tiny flashlight.
Yep. And then as far as the back hatch, what did you have in your Jeep last time for the back hatch?
I'll definitely be putting that in both of them.
What is it again?
Oracle makes a replacement cover for the wiper motor that has 2 white lights and an amber flashing light built in. And I haven't seen an easier install or nicer product since that.
Simple, wasn't it?
So we'll order those in, put that in, because you need light. It is what it is. Wish it had a red feature, but it doesn't. So it is. It's fine. Maybe we need one of those giant Devos lights on a 30-foot pole.
I like those. They're cool.
But
it's almost like they're too bright. I know you can turn them down, but
I don't know. I think we could make them fit on the back of a tailgate pretty nice and just be like
be cool.
into a spot on.
That'd be cool. You just
like on the
connect it.
Terraflex hinge. Just have it sit there at a certain height, lights the whole campsite.
Yeah, that'd be kind
We'll
of cool.
see. I got some ideas.
Yeah. And then what we're also playing around with is we always have to name our vehicles. We have to have giant graphics on the side of them, so we're just fooling around with that now. Yeah. So you'll have to stay tuned and see what that looks like. But we'll have a couple
black and white. You could Free Willy.
Okay. I have some different
You could
ideas.
be a killer whale.
Yeah, it could be. Could be a
orca.
Could be an orca, killer whale. And then the Willys, I get the decal. It's the decal. I'd like to design my own Willys decal. You've done that before for some of our customers, made it look a lot nicer.
I already have one designed. Yep.
You have a design going? Cool.
Yep.
So we'll be doing that. And then we'll be doing bumpers and sliders and
Important things, winch.
Yeah, winch up front.
So you need those things.
And then
skid plates.
Skid plates.
We're going to need them this time around.
Yeah, we certainly will.
So
so it's going to be fun. So both of us kind of doing this dueling two-door action built slightly different.
And you're going to get the luxury of we're going to film all of it.
Oh, film everything.
When I mean we're not going to film any of it. We have a guy that's going to do that.
Yes, we now have a full-time guy here.
Like I said, some of these things may happen in the wee hours of the morning on a Sunday before church.
We'll just call him. Hey, we're doing this now.
And like, this is the time we've decided to change the wheels.
20 minutes to get your ass here and film this.
Yeah, hurry up.
Yes. What am I paying you for?
Like, Jesus, people are waiting.
Sorry, our filmographer, for people that don't know, is Beardo, Stefan. He's awesome.
Obviously,
he's awesome. He's the one filming these podcasts. We started working with him on these, and now all of a sudden he's just here all the damn time.
He's the proud owner of Fluffy.
We cannot get rid of him. But I like him, so it's good.
Excellent.
Yeah, what else with these Jeeps? That's pretty much, I think, just the initial cover. Well, again, as you said, we'll be shooting videos.
Well, we've got to come up with a different graphic for the windshield because we kind of have adaptive cruise in the way.
Yeah, adaptive cruise, so we can't do our normal...
Like a banner. It'd be worried about it getting in the way.
Yeah.
So we'll have to think of something there.
Yeah, something different. But
so, painting these grills... There's a little
I'm not a fan of the shiny black.
No.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
Some of it can be shiny black, but I think we're going to take it apart and paint a few pieces.
Yeah.
So, get the spray bomb out.
All right. Do that. So, that covers that. Look for more videos of us as we go through and do all these. We'll definitely have a build series on it. And again, if you haven't watched it, there should be a video out right now. By the time you see this or hear this, there should be a video out for us just kind of doing another review of these.
Maybe we link that somewhere? I don't know how these people do it.
Probably link it here.
Click this video.
Click something.
Right here.
Over here? I don't know. We'll do something like that.
And please, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
So we can keep doing this.
You keep going on and doing this kind of thing. The podcast thing, I don't like doing this.
I love it.
I know you love it. I don't like doing this.
I don't know if it's because I enjoy talking too much or I enjoy making you nervous.
It's probably making me nervous.
Seeing how close I can tread the line.
Yeah. Going to the expo show, just to back up a bit, going to the expo show, like every second person is like, podcast, when is the next podcast? When are you guys shooting it? And they're talking about all these details, and I'm thinking, did we actually talk about that stuff? Like, I forget, because you got to think we got almost 3.5 hours of podcast under our belt already. So people really, really enjoyed the previous 4 podcasts. They did really well. I'm still shocked that... Like the Unchartable and what we did, we kind of made it into the 20s and 30s, like as far as a listing in the U.S. I was shocked. So hopefully we'll keep doing this and get things going now that we're kind of rocking and rolling. Our shirts we made these shirts for, you see the back of it here? We made these shirts. We have 2 different ones. The purple one is the Kraken, and the gray one we have is for the Crow for our product. So we made these for the show, for the expo.
Before we continue this, they aren't for sale on the website.
That's what I was getting to.
Moment.
So many people are like, "Can I have that shirt? I'll buy that shirt."
It is not the easiest thing to order.
No, it's not.
It is actually quite difficult. I'm not saying it's not possible.
Yeah.
But in the next 10 days, it is not possible.
Yeah. The thing I find, swag always is like at the bottom of our list. We're so busy here.
Yeah,
like we're a team of 10, and we're barely keeping up with what we're doing between builds and products and podcasts and shooting.
YouTube content creation, podcaster.
So
bolt-on shop, engine conversions, manufacturing, Life.
Yeah, don't forget about life. So it's just trying to get that. Swag is always at the end of our list, and it seems to get bumped. I'm going to try and make it a focus of our team to try and get some swag down.
In a way where we don't get stuck with a whole bunch of men's small.
Yeah, we're looking at some different drop shipping options and stuff like that.
I'd like to be able to make quicker, short drops of dumb shit we say.
We come up with so many ideas for shirts that just like that people would love. We make them for ourselves. You kind of see them sometimes in our videos of us wearing them, so it'd be kind of cool to do.
So many other channels do it. Yeah. And I'm like, that shirt's great. I want to order it.
I want to order it right now.
And I'm like thinking, that's probably what someone's thinking about.
So I'm very sorry.
We said.
You can't order this.
I'm sorry.
You can't have this. This is ours. So stay tuned for more of that. We're going to keep the podcast going. Try to do it once a week, or at worst case once every 2 weeks, kind of depending how it goes, but we'll keep the podcast going. Again, all the comments that you guys put in there, we do read everything, and we are looking to say, okay, what things do you want us to talk about?
Because eventually we will run out of ideas, and we will need your input. On what we should talk about. Do you want us to talk about what's the best choice of lift you should put in your new 2024 Tacoma?
Yep.
I don't know, but I could guess.
Oh, man.
But you never know what we might do.
You never know.
We're open.
Cool. But yeah, so I think we'll cut this one here, and I think we're good to go. But otherwise, look forward to more content from us. Really, really appreciate everyone who tunes in and comments and phones us.
You're going to get very sick of 2-doors soon.
Yeah, he might get really sick of 2-doors, but let's see what happens. I don't know. We still have 4 doors out front.
We have 4 doors inside.
We have 4 doors inside. We
needed 2 Jeeps to do it.
We have 8 doors out front.
Yes.
We have engine conversion vehicles out front. We have 4xEs out front. We still have everything, but now we have 2 2-doors, and
it's just a side-by-side, guys, with air conditioning.
It is a side-by-side with air conditioning. That's what But yeah, it should be pretty fun as we get going. So let's wrap it there. Cool. Thanks.
You've been listening to Twice the Thrill, Half the Doors. 1 wrench. If you'd like to support our team, check out our website at epic4wd.com, where you can purchase products for your Jeep Wrangler or Gladiator, lovely crafted by Canadians with above-average intelligence. Stay tuned for more tales to come. I'm sorry, Chad. You're no longer allowed to tag along with your mother and I off-road, as I no longer have enough seats for you in the new Jeep.